picture, dude. What is this? It's like a gin and tonic.
It looks like a mojito.
Or mojito, yeah. Yeah, there's mint leaves. It's definitely not a gin and tonic.
It's a nice Independence Day drink.
Yes.
Oh, you should have fireworks, or maybe we can get
That'd
that
be
for you
cool,
one
yeah,
day.
that'd be fine.
Oh, right.
Welcome to the Gospel Truth. I'm Dean.
And I'm Audrey. And this week we are celebrating the 14th Sunday of Ordinary Time.
14th Sunday and also July 4th.
Yes, happy July 4th to everyone.
Yeah, Independence Day. And also, we just got to give a shout out to the Constitution
Yeah.
for the country in which we live.
Yeah.
That allows us to kind of exercise our religion freely and
Yeah.
allows us to share what we want without fear of being persecuted by the government.
That's true.
That's an important benefit, blessing we have.
Very, very big blessing in a world where, we're not blessed as many other countries to be able to speak freely what we're thinking, what we believe. So I'm very blessed to have that freedom here in the U.S.
Exactly.
So we hope everyone just takes a moment to be thankful for that and have safe celebrations with your families.
Please be careful out there. Fireworks can be scary.
Yeah. But this week, we're continuing our discussion around faith.
Yes.
So last week we talked about the benefits of, what faith can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we really want to focus on, not being closed-minded when it comes to your faith. I think it's very easy to have a certain point of view on the way you think things should play out, or the way you think your faith affects, the outcomes of certain situations and things. So we want to remind everyone this week to really focus on that. And so we'll be reflecting on that today.
All right.
But before we do that, do you want to remind everyone what the Gospel Truth is about?
Absolutely. So the Gospel Truth is all about Audrey and I sharing our thoughts about the faith, the Word, happenings in the church. Hopefully by doing that, we can understand our own faith a little bit better, and maybe the viewers can get something out of it as well.
Yep.
And so we enter this week's readings with an open mind, not a closed mind. All right? And so we'll take a look at what the readings tell us this week. So the first reading comes from Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's basically saying, look, I'm sending you, Ezekiel, to talk to these people. Because these people, they're hard of face and obstinate of heart. Mm-hmm. They're stubborn, basically.
Yeah.
And whether they listen to you or not, Ezekiel, because they're rebellious, they'll know a prophet has been among them. So you're kind of laying the foundation that there are some people that are just not really going to want to listen to your message.
Yeah, walking with that expectation.
Right? Just know, not everyone is going to fall head over heels with your message about God. Mm-hmm. Right? So be careful. The psalm is, our eyes are fixed on the Lord, pleading for his mercy. And I think there's a verse here that I really want to focus on, is that we're asking the Lord to have pity on us because we are sated with contempt. Now, what does that mean? Yeah. They expand on it and says, well, we're happy to be mocked by the arrogant and to feel contempt against those are proud. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like the way that I interpreted it, and I might be completely out of left field here. I'll keep an open mind, right? But the idea is that for those that are trying to spread God's message, sometimes it's met with resistance.
Yeah.
Right? People don't make fun of you.
Yeah.
They'll come at you with mockery.
Yeah.
And this is basically saying, I take joy in that because I know I'm spreading your message. So just, have pity on me because I'm not getting it from the human beings.
Yeah, I don't care what other people think.
Right? Just rather you have pity on me, Lord, because I'm spreading your message.
Yeah.
And moving on to the second reading, St. Paul was one of the greatest evangelists of the church. He wrote a ton of letters. I love St. Paul. I say it all the time. And St. Paul is saying, look, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and constraints. I am happy with that because it's for the sake of Christ. Mm-hmm. For when I am weak, then I am strong. I love that.
Yeah.
Because St. Paul, I hear about this sometimes when we hear the homilies, but St. Paul, a lot of people didn't like his message. I think he got thrown in jail a few times too. People are just you're annoying. We don't like you.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, just stop talking about what you're talking about. That's literally what happened to him. And it's St. Paul's that's fine, right? Because I'm doing this for God.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. And so when we move to the gospel, we see that even Jesus is not immune to people being stubborn and hard of heart.
Yep.
Right? So Jesus came to his home. It says his native place. And he's teaching. And everyone's looking at him like, who are you, Jesus? Where did this man get all of this? What kind of wisdom has been given him? What mighty deeds are wrought by his hands? Like, this Jesus? He's saying, the son of Mary and the brother of James and Joseph and Judas and Simon. Like, this guy? We knew him when he was still a little carpenter's son.
Yeah.
What business does he have
saying
prophesying about all this stuff? And like, everyone's like, just, they can't believe that it's Jesus.
Yeah.
Right? And so the sad part about this reading is that it says he was not able to perform any mighty deed there apart from curing a few sick people. And Jesus, he was amazed at their lack of faith.
Yeah.
Little Star Wars there. He found their lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah. Very.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, you just have this huge turn from last week.
Yes, right.
All the rewards of faith, and now it's just like, well.
And now here's what happens when you lack faith.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, Jesus is sad. He can't be there for you, or you can't, you're almost like denied like his grace and his mercy and just like that beautiful energy that we get from believing in him.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because the way that we saw this reading isn't necessarily that people have a lack of faith completely.
Yep.
But rather, when people believe in God and have faith in God, they have a very closed-minded view about how that faith is supposed to manifest itself in their lives.
Yeah, so, I mean, a good example is, like, just people, I mean, we've been saying this, I think, a little bit every single week so far, the past, 3 weeks, but just, you have an idea of what God's plan is for you. You're like, I believe in God, I know he'll save me if I do this reckless thing, my faith will, save me, and we've mentioned this a few times, but, who are we to dictate or tell God what his plan is for us, or predict what it is, right? And then when push comes to shoves, and at the end of it all, the event happens and it didn't play out the way we expected to, then we're jaded and we're like, oh, why did I get sick, or why did this bad thing happen to me? I believed in God. But now, it didn't happen the way I thought it was supposed to be because I believed, so now I don't believe anymore, or I believe less. Yeah,
right? It's just this whole thing, it's I have faith as long as it fits a certain idea that I have about it. Faith, God is supposed to manifest himself in this way in my life, and he's supposed to send a message to me in this way, and I'm supposed to receive X, Y, and Z rewards because of my faith in God.
Yeah.
And, we very rarely, make strong statements like that, like I'm about to make. But I just feel like it's super arrogant for us to assume that God is going to act in the way that we believe he is supposed to act in our lives, because we're not privy to what God knows.
Yeah,
and
we
his
don't
plan.
know what he knows, right? And when we do that, it focuses us to it doesn't focus us, but it causes us to have these blinders, right? And so because we now we only see things the way we want to see them, then if with these blinders we can't see all the beautiful things that our faith is granting us and giving us, because we're so focused on that. And then because things don't happen, I like to describe it as your little faith meter. Your faith meter is super high, and then it doesn't work out, and then it goes down, and then it makes God sad, and you can't, and then and the world is sad, and we can't experience God or your grace because you're so focused on it not working out the way you expect it to.
Yeah, it's
you have those blinders.
It's like Elf.
Yes, the Elf. Everyone knows that
Elf,
famous scene.
Yeah, where they have the little Santa meter or whatever.
Yeah, the believe meter for Santa. No one believes in Santa, but the more people sing, the meter starts and then his sleigh can take off when everyone sings and shows that they have Christmas spirit. Yeah. Yeah, so it's almost that's the best analogy I can come up with.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how we see it, I think.
Right, it's sad too, because God, like we said last week, God wants to give you all of these gifts, but if all you do is have those blinders on and you kind of put up your concrete walls, He can't access your heart. He can't access your soul and give you what you really do deserve. You deserve all of the love and joy and healing and kindness and everything that God is able to give to you.
Yeah.
Right?
So this week we really want to challenge everyone to, like, if you have those blinders on, like, take them off. Or if you already don't have blinders on, keep them off. And really focus on the blessings that your faith brings you every day.
Yeah.
Though maybe not in the way you hoped in, like, big moments in your life, but, like, you know, what it allows you to do. You know, because of your faith, you're able to attend church with your family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And things like that. It's because of your faith, and the actions that result of your that is a result of your faith are also blessings, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right. It's just like when you have an open mind and an open heart, it's like you open your doors to God, right? You don't want to close it off, right? You want to be there. You want to be ready to receive that grace.
Yeah, keep that meter on full so that God can really, like, He wants to fill you with His love.
Yeah.
So just focus on that this week, and you know, just relish in the joy and the healing and the grace of God because of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone, and we hope you have again a great July 4th.
Be safe.
Be safe out
Keep
there.
your pets safe.
Yeah.
Scary.
And of course, have faith.
Yeah, and have faith. Yes.
Yeah.
Till next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.